The Coherence framework takes care of many aspects of the creation of multiplayer games, from small ones to huge ones. One of the most difficult things in multiplayer games with big worlds is to launch several game servers and make them communicate with each other, so that the computational load of all the entities in the world is evenly distributed between all the servers. Even more difficult is handling over the task of running an entity to a different server, and to make this all dynamic so that this load is balanced in real time. All of this is relatively easy with Coherence, thanks to its flexible authority system. What you're looking at is a demo we have prepared to show this scenario. Right now, we're looking at the game through the eyes of a client that is already connected to our relay, the replication server. Our game character, the fox, is being simulated locally by this client. That is, the client has authority over the fox and is running his code. At any time, we can go into overview mode and spawn a few deer NPCs. You can see how these react to the fox using a flocking behavior by running away from it. For now, these NPCs are also simulated by this client. Again, the client has authority over them. We can now spin up a server, which, in Coherence, is called a simulator. When doing so, the authority to all deer NPCs in the world is immediately transferred to this newly started simulator. The simulator is now running their behaviors. We can see this by switching to Authority View, where the deer are now red to highlight that. This already shows the flexibility of the authority system. Entities can be run by a client or by a simulator with no changes in code, and the authority is transferred between them instantly. We can now start more simulators and, using simple math to split the world into sectors, assign the authority of NPCs to the appropriate one. At this point, we can add even more simulators. This allows us to start spreading the computational load so that each simulator is only running 100 NPCs or so. Going back into gameplay view, you can see how, when chasing the deer over the line that determines the area of influence of a simulator, their behavior is not interrupted. The authority transfer is almost instantaneous, and the new simulator takes over as if nothing happened. To players, this transition will be completely invisible. And for the developers, authority transfer is just one line of code. To summarize, at this point we have a client and several simulators, all connected to the same replication server. The client is running the logic of the fox, and the simulators are running the deer, based on where they are in the world. And the authority to each individual deer keeps getting passed around, to dynamically adapt to how they are distributed in the game world. This simple demo shows how easy it can be to distribute load with Coherence and the possibilities it enables. You can imagine simulators in your game running not only NPCs, but also key game validation, player actions, or quest checks. You can split the world using any technique. For instance, we could imagine a dynamic Voronoi split that adapts in real time to the movement of the entities to keep the balance fair between all simulators. Depending on the shape and size of your world, you can spin up and shut them down using simple APIs, transferring entity authority as needed so that nothing is ever lost and no gameplay is interrupted. Check out the documentation on our website to see how to get started with Coherence.